Hello, my name is Rob. I go by the gaming handle Immortal Spawn. You can watch me play live at twitch.tv/ImmortalSpawn or ImmortalSpawn.com. I'm a dedicated Diablo player, and I'm also a professional Gears of War player, so if either of those two games pique your interest, please head over to the site. In this video, I will be giving you a gear breakdown of my Witch Doctor in Diablo 3 with Perfect Magic Find. Not only does the Witch Doctor have Perfect Magic Find, but the Templar also has Perfect Magic Find. And let me show you guys exactly how that's done if you're interested in gearing out on Diablo 3. Okay, currently my Witch Doctor has 322 Magic Find. This is the highest number that you can obtain for one character. And I'll explain why Witch Doctor is the best character to Magic Find with as well. If you're not too familiar with what Magic Find does, it increases the drop rate of not only magical items but rare items and legendaries in the game. The higher Magic Find, the better percentage chance you have of getting gear, ultimately making money. I've been making money for the past couple weeks at the Real Money Auction House, has been live. And this suit that I'm wearing right here has netted me a good amount of money, and I invested $0 aside from the initial digital purchase of the game and the sealed collector's edition sitting on my bookshelf. Alright, so let's go piece by piece of the armor here for my Witch Doctor. We'll start with the weapon, guys, and this is where I was mentioning that the Witch Doctor would be the best class for magic finding. The Ritual Cutter set piece can have up to 35 magic find on it. There are other magic find weapons. You can't actually search for magic find in the auction house because weapons don't typically have that attribute on them, but it is on legendaries and it is on set items like this. So 35 MF is the highest. Now this is the third Ritual Cutter I've gone through, and I've really just been trying to update the damage on it. Not only is this character high magic find, but it's actually pretty viable with damage. You know, getting 5 stacks in Act 1 and Act 2, as you'll see a little later. And that's what I wanted to do. So the goal here is to stack Intellect and to stack Magic Find. As a Witch Doctor, you have your Spirit Vessel, you have your Spirit Walk, so you're able to survive a little bit with very low health. So 35 Magic Find on the weapon. You want to look for close to 600 damage on the Ritual Cutter, as close as you can. The overall damage is going to be the biggest attribute. I had an attack speed one with 34 MF. It was pretty good, but going up higher in DPS is the absolute most important thing for being able to hang an Inferno. You want a high DPS weapon. So there it is, perfect Ritual Cutter. And let's pop over to Offhand since we're talking about weapons. I want to show you two things that I use here. Now offhands typically, actually all offhands aside from shields are going to end up with 18 Magic Find. Okay, now with 18 Magic Find is not the most. Obviously you can get up to 20 on a shield. So I have the option here of switching between my Mojo, which is at 7,000 DPS by switching this, but I'm going to lose 2 Magic Find. So I got a high Intellect with Poison Dart percentage, but that 20 MF is going to be the highest on your offhand slot. But if you do want to use, say, a Quiver as a Demon Hunter, or you want to use your Orbs as a Wizard, and you want to use your Mojo as a Witch Doctor, it's going to be 18. Okay, so there's that option there. The boots is 20. Okay, typically all armor slots are going to be 20, so we're looking at boots here, and high Intellect, 187. Another really good stat on boots you'd want to find is movement speed. Movement speed boots are very expensive if you're going to combine Magic Find with them. So here, again, I'm just going for very high DPS. This suit is for mostly Goblin farming Act 2 as of right now, which I'll show you, but also 5 stacking is possible. 20 Magic Find on the pants with as high Intellect you can put into as possible. So you want to try to find 2 open sockets so you can, you know, get that Intellect bonus. I got a Flawless and a regular star in there right now. So 20 MF on the boots, 20 MF on the belt, 144 int. Really, again, stacking intellect. A couple of relevant stats on this belt. Could probably use a pretty good upgrade on it, but for right now it serves its purpose with 20 magic find. Bracers, again, 20 magic find, 123 intellect. Now with gloves, you have the nice attributes of attack speed and also crit chance and crit damage. So these gloves have attack speed on them with 20 magic find, 165 intellect. Shoulders, 20 magic find is the cap there. 93 int. You know, I could definitely use an upgrade on those for more damage. The chest piece, again, 20 and 160 int. Would love 3 sockets on this piece, but haven't come across one that I could snag just yet. And finally, the helm, as far as armor goes, that's a 31 magic find gem in there. That is a radiant star, and that is expensive. And that gem right now costs about 19 million gold. And it's probably the hardest piece. It was the last piece that I got to fully declare perfect magic find on my character, and it was a pretty nice moment. So 100 int on there with 20 is the base. You want to get a 20 open socket helm. That way you can get that gem in there for a total of 51 intellect on the helm. And we'll take a look at the jewelry real quick. 40 is the most that you can get on an amulet. 169 int here with some damage. Now that bonus damage is very, very powerful. That says 13 to 26. You can get even more as the stat goes, as we'll look at some of my rings. Here's a 26 to 51. That stat right there, I've noticed is probably the highest DPS increase. Attack speed probably another good one, but that damage is great. So you really want to look for rings like that. 18 magic find, 50 int. And here's an 18 magic find, 9% attack speed. 18 magic find is the highest magic find you can get on rings. And I'll just reiterate if we didn't notice, with the Mojo, I'm doing close to 26,000 damage, and which is a really good number. You know, it's not incredible for progression, but when we're talking about perfect magic find, and you're doing 26, 19,000 with the shield, 26,000, with the Mojo. That's pretty impressive. So a full magic find perfect set, doing that much damage and able to take on Inferno X1 and 2 as I've done, and you will see. So 322 magic find is the magic number for your character. Now let's take a look at the Templar. Alright, now the Templar gives you a percentage of his magic find. So if we highlight the ability, I'm gaining 24 magic find total from my Templar, and I'll run down the exact items that he's rocking right now. 40 amulet, as we reviewed already, with high damage. 18 magic find on the ring. 74 strength and crit chance. 18 magic find, and this one I kind of just kept around because I thought it was pretty funny. That's a 2-stat rare. If anyone has come across that before, leave it in the comments, because I haven't seen one, and I was just so astonished by it that I bought it. I mean, the damage is actually pretty high. It goes up to 62 max, but I thought that was pretty funny. We're looking at a 2-stat rare. 18 magic find is the top. I really want my Templar to survive, because without him, I don't get his 24 magic find bonus, and I just stacked some vitality and life where I could. So he's got life here, he's got life percentage. Knockback is pretty nice. 20 magic find on the shield. And here's another weapon that has magic find on it. It's a perfect 300 sphere. Not a high DPS weapon. I'm not really looking for my Templar. I mean, we're stacking magic find, and there are a couple other options. One would be Sunkeeper, is another magic find weapon, which you can get any main stat attribute on. 300 sphere is a little bit cheaper. This one has strength and life on it, and it also has chance to stun. And finally, you cannot get magic find on the relics, but this has close to 200 vitality with a nice damage increase as well, and some resistances. So with the Templar, added 24 magic find, we're up to 346 magic find. So that's the most solo MF possible that my Witch Doctor has. And I'll just give you an example of one. Alright guys, Fortune Shrine's about to end. 446 magic find is the number. 5 stacks, Nephilim Valor, Fortune Shrine, Templar. Maximum magic find on the Witch Doctor, on the Templar. Thanks for tuning in to this video. You can watch me play live at immortalspawn.com, twitch.tv/immortalspawn. And I hope this was helpful. Please leave your feedback in the comments below. Thank you.